BOJACK Unbound. It's not bad, but I never really took to this one. It has its strengths, the last appearance of Trunks until Dragon Ball Super, and it shows how Vegeta got his fighting spirit back after vowing to never fight again after Goku died. But BOJACK is a bland villain, and Goku is sorely missed. If not for a pretty good final fight, this would get a C rating. BROLY: The Second Coming. After watching this, maybe the first BROLY wasn't so bad after all. On second thought, nah, it did really suck. But this is even worse. This film with Goten and Trunks as main characters along with Gohan is a dreadful bore. The story is retarded and BROLY's as bland as ever. And there's a weird cult subplot that feels out of place. Come on, are we watching Dragon Ball or The Wicker Man? At least the first BROLY had a few good moments. This one sucks from beginning to end. Even Videl can't save it. It's the worst Dragon Ball Z movie of all time. BROLY. This one here is often considered the worst Dragon Ball Z film ever by fan consensus and critics alike. But guess what? It's my favorite of the trilogy. And to me, it's the only good film featuring BROLY. Probably because BROLY is sludge or some toxic Avenger thing, and it's not even the real him. I know it's flawed, but it has something that none of the other films have. Android 18 is a hero. Seriously, she sells the movie on her sex appeal and charisma alone. I wish we could see more of her and other stuff, in more ways than one. And Trunks and Goten aren't as annoying as usual. In fact, Trunks is pretty cool in this one. Pretty funny, too. It's really weird and off the wall, which is probably why it's so hated. But if you're not a BROLY fanatic, which I most certainly am not, you might find a lot to enjoy in this quirky but fun film. Fusion Reborn. The losing streak is officially over. This is considered one of the best of the movies, and I agree with the consensus this time. In fact, famous DBZ YouTuber Masako X considers it the best of all time. The reasons are obvious. The plot is awesome. The Dragon Ball GT writers must have thought so too, since they created an entire saga that rips it off. Here we have a doorway between the world of the dead open, and lots of Hell's most infamous residents make an appearance, including Hitler himself. That's right, Adolf Hitler shows up. And there's a funny scene when he wants to recruit Goten and Trunks because of their blonde-haired Super Saiyan forms. Frieza also makes an appearance, though his time is short and underwhelming. And Dracula shows up with Steak still in heart. We also see Pikkon and Vegeta, who's still in hell at this time. Vegeta comes to help out, and Goku and him produce the first appearance of the classic fusion Gogeta. We also get a cool villain in Janemba, who's kinda like Boo, if Boo didn't suck and was handled properly. Wrath of the Dragon. Often overlooked, but a solid entry nonetheless, that features a cool new character in Tapion, who ends up giving Trunks his famous sword. It's complicated, don't ask. We also get a Super Saiyan 3 Goku who is actually effective this time, but most awesomely, a cool villain in Hirudegan, who is a classic giant kaiju monster. In fact, this is the only Dragon Ball Z film that feels like a Godzilla flick. I half expected the king to come and help Goku out for a while. Battle of Gods. This film, which was the first appearance of Beerus, the god of destruction, has the same problems that the Dragon Ball Super Beerus saga had. Though it's slightly better than that one, mostly because it came first. To be blunt, it kinda sucks. And I think it's gruesomely overrated. I'll get more into the specifics when I review the Beerus saga when I do the Dragon Ball Saga reviews. And last but not least, Resurrection F. Yay! Frieza's back! This was a story that was fine the way it was and didn't need to be remade in Super. But while the Super version was bland, this original is a solid addition. I loved this film the first time I saw it, probably because I'm a Frieza fanboy. And though it hasn't aged as well on later viewings, it is still one of the best. Well, that's all the Dragon Ball Z movies. Next time I'll review the movies from the original Dragon Ball series. and I'll also give you my top 10 of the movies all time. I want to give a shout out to Colt Ellis, my old friend from high school. He's also a Dragon Ball Z fan. This one's for you, man.